Hey folks, good afternoon, and don't worry, the screen will enlarge in size in just a moment. But first, I'd like to say thank you to everybody supporting the channel. We have reached the content goal. There is 7 days remaining on the content goal if anybody wants to support the channel. And as always, I'm here to bring you some Gears related news, my thoughts and opinions on it, and just a general chat about Operation 3. We're going to go ahead and watch the trailer now. I'll give you my initial thoughts, I'll read through the patch notes, and I'll also give you some extra bits that you may have seen, you may have missed, and just run you through it. So without further ado, Operation 3 is called Gridiron. If you didn't know, Gears 5 has this sort of 3-month cycle with what they call an operation. Each operation brings new content. This one, they've gone ahead and called it Gridiron. It's effectively, well, I'll let you be the judge, but I think it looks fairly decent. We'll roll the tape now, and let's jump into it. Let's analyze this. As always, if you're new, click that subscribe button and ring the bell. Ring the bell, that lets you basically be notified about all my videos. And leave a comment and a like if you could be so kind, because it just helps out a ton. Thank you to all the people that are still sticking with me for Gears 5, and let's jump into it.
This spring, Operation 3 Gridiron takes the field with new characters, new maps, a new tour of duty, and a brand new mode, Gridiron. Gridiron is a high-energy take on the classic Gears of War single-life mode. The concept is simple. 2 teams square off to grab the flag, and whoever can get it to their opponent's end zone claims the round. First team to score 13 points wins the game. But when every life matters, every choice, every fight, every push is critical.
Come here!
You want him? You got him. Augustus Cole, Thrashball star and Delta Squad veteran, brings his unstoppable energy and personality to the battlefield.
Yeah,
Use Cole's ultimate while roadie running to drop a flaming trail that causes blistering damage to every enemy it touches. The original grub killer, Clayton Carmine, is back. For his ultimate, the seemingly unkillable Carmine becomes impervious to bullets and deflects them back at his enemies.
Come on, shoot me like you mean it!
Behold the fury of the Locust with Queen Mira and her Theron Guard. The fiery queen will make her opponents tremble, as every one of her kills results in a powerful incendiary effect. The Theron Guard are elite Locust troops whose headshot kills produce devastating explosive damage to nearby enemies. The new operation also brings new maps. Set in the Galangi Islands, Pahanu is simultaneously wide open and claustrophobic, where a thick jungle and ancient ruins offer unique cover options and multiple ways to fight. We've added 2 more maps to one of our most popular modes, 2v2 Nashers. Annex features 2 paths to victory. Choose wisely. Fight for glory in the ever-changing layout of Arena. Operation 3 also sees the return of the iconic map Canals. Watch out, Nashers and longshots can be anywhere. The tour of duty in Operation 3 Gridiron gives you new challenges and free earnable content to show your style, whether you play as a hero or a villain, or just want to flex. We've got you covered. So squad up and take down everyone in Operation 3 Gridiron.
So there we have it. Operation 3 Gridiron is a go. I personally think that's a pretty damn good trailer. I saw some people saying they were disappointed. I saw some people saying that it's a bit mediocre and they wanted more. Personally, I'm of the opinion that, listen, I understand Gears 5 isn't the biggest game in the world. It's not going to have a launch like a Call of Duty Warzone. It's not going to have, millions and millions of players suddenly come back for Operation 3. But for me as a Gears fan, I was pretty excited about that. There's a new game mode. There's 2 maps. new characters, new tour of duty, new horde stuff, which is coming soon. Personally, I think that is pretty damn good content to get that every 3 months. When I was playing a game, Gears 1, I didn't get any content for 8 years. So for me, personally, I know a lot of other games do these battle pass systems and all of that stuff, but for me as a Gears fan, this game has a ton of content. Now, on a different level, some people might not enjoy that content. They might not like Escape or Horde. They might only be a multiplayer person, but whether that is true or not, you can't deny that there is a lot of content in this game, and this just adds on top of it. Now, we'll get into maps and stuff, and I'll speak generally. As I sort of scroll down the page, I will full screen this so you can read the notes yourself as well as we go along, but I'll begin to talk through this. Also, as you can see, I'm kind of just demonstrating my stream overlay. I built this myself, I did the transitions, the subscriber emotes and all that good stuff, so I'm kind of just showing what I made, if I'm being completely honest. So, a brand new game mode, One Flag, One Life. It's the brand new single life objective game mode. 2 teams of 5 battle over it, and you have to score a touchdown. Don't worry, there's limitations for being a flag carrier, other than having a massive target on your back. Sorry, there are no limitations. So once you're the flag carrier, you're not like weighed down or something. You just have basically the target on your back. Personally, since the days I even wrote an article, I think I looked at it the other day, about 8 years ago, I wrote an article, big long article. I've been asking for Capture the Flag or a different type of objective-based game mode, kind of like Submission. You know, these type of game modes for a long time, I really enjoy them. So it's going to be 2 points for a touchdown. It's going to be 2 points if you wipe the enemy team. And it's going to be a point for just holding the flag when the round ends. The first team to hit 13 points is going to win. And with a short 2-minute round time. Basically, it's not going to be a super long game. It's going to be a jump-in experience that hopefully people really take to. I'm going to play it. If it sucks, I'll tell you it sucks. So, you know, stay tuned for all the things. I'll talk you all through Operation 3. And I'm a completely honest channel. And I think that's why people have begun to support me. Because I'm completely honest. And I'm trying to maintain that. And I will be 100% honest in my opinions. And that's what I always do. I personally was excited looking at this. Some people weren't. I sort of am. So I'm very interested to play this game mode. The reason is I think each Gears game has been different. Gears 1, drastically different to Gears 2. Gears 3, wildly different to Gears 1 and 2. Judgment, Gears 4, even Gears 5, they've all got their own playstyle. And I think game modes and maps should fit the game. That's an obvious thing, but I really do think that's what it should be. The tight arcade-esque games of Gears 1, your sort of 4v4 combat style arcadey fast-paced gritty shooter, suited the maps such as Clock Tower. Would Clock Tower work on Gears 5? Everyone lancering down? Probably nowhere near as much. So I think maps and game mode should be built around the game. So I'm very intrigued to see how this plays out. Now we've got heroes such as Cole coming back, a fan favourite. He'll be coming back to PvP and PvE. Now, his role is offensive. He's going to leave a trail of fire and he's going to stagger and ignite people. He's going to have effectively stim. Killing enemies using the tackle gives stim. He's just going to be a train, and he's going to come through like a train, and I think that suits him down to a ground perfectly. Thematically, visually, it looks great. So I'm very pleased with that. Now, recently, I've completed the Tour of Duty, and the reason I've completed the Tour of Duty is I wanted to have that knowledge under my belt and be able to pass it on to you. So I've now finished the Tour of Duty, I've done some totems, and I've played some Horde, and I've begun to enjoy Horde. So there might be some more Horde-based or PvE content on my YouTube channel. I know there are a lot of Horde fans out there that ask me during the dev blogs, can you ask about Horde? And I've never spoke on Horde or PvE because I've never felt I had the experience, but now I've played it an okay amount. I'm beginning to get to grips with it. So I'm hoping I can translate that to videos and sort of chats. So there's going to be a load of cards here. All the glory, burning enemies explode when killed. Torch Tackle, burn victims, deal 250% to already burning enemies. Max health and regen is going to be up. Damage whilst tackling. So basically, the cards are going to be synergistic with him as a theme. He's a big wrecking ball. Melee hits are going to do damage and stun. Active reloads are going to burn. Cole's going to take less damage when his ultimate is available, the Inner Fire. So I think that's going to be pretty useful because you could just sit with your ult up the whole time and then take 50% less damage and be that force. Automatic reloads give extra damage after meleeing. Again, all of these cards are synergistic with burning through, and I'm sure there's going to be more detail on these cards. I won't bore you to death with every card, but that's kind of the feel that you're going to get. For Arcade, he's going to have a Lancer, a Snub, and a Smoke. It's pretty OG style. And then he's going to have a Retro, a Mulcher, and a Boom Shot. Again, big sort of carrying, style of bloke, isn't he? Clayton Carmine, he's going to be a tank, and he's going to effectively have cards that, again, synergize and fit a role. When I was playing Horde, there wasn't really a character I felt tanky on. There's different playstyles like Ice Barriers, JD Rocket Spam with your own locker. I've become accustomed to that. Faz, these type of Bleed, Caitlyn, Shotguns playstyles. And I didn't really feel there was a good tank, so hopefully Carmine fills that role. He's going to take less damage when he's freezing. Enemies he hits with explosives are going to be stunned, so it looks like he's going to have CC. He's going to have immunity when he gets revived, and explosive damage reduction. He's going to, again, be able to sort of, how do I word it? When he's within enemies, he's going to take less damage. And again, you can flick through all of these. I won't bore you to tears, but his cards are going to effectively make him tankier, and hopefully that's more practical. His ultimate, if you're interested, is basically, if we flick through, if we can find his ultimate card, reflective. Oh yeah, he's basically, as well, if you didn't know, he's kind of like a reflective sort of, how do I word it? Like champion, like you shoot him and he reflects it back. When Reflective Shell is activated, all allies get 90% damage res. So you could also, if you thought someone was going to go down, you could also pop your ultimate as a sort of saving mechanism. An interesting take. For this guy, he's going to have Retro Lancer, Snub, and a Flashbang in Arcade. And he's going to, again, have a Mulcher, but he's going to have a Torque Bow. Now, for me, I was pretty excited about the OG Locust style characters. Mira's a character I used to play a lot in Gears 3. She's going to have a Lancer, a Snub, and a Smoke, Mulcher, and a Boom Shot. Sort of the flip, I guess, of Cole. And Theron Guard, who I think looks badass. And I never really played as a Theron Guard because he always used to get stuck in his cape. But now Gears 5 has unified hitboxes. So playing as a bigger, bulkier character isn't nearly as much as a hindrance at all. So you can play as these characters online and not feel like disadvantaged, which is great. So I'll be probably playing as the Theron Guard for a little bit to mix it up. He's going to have a Marksman and a Long Shot because he's the kind of sniper guy, and when he snipes people, you're going to have that AoE explosion. Now for the maps, people said that there wasn't enough maps. I agree. 2 maps with 1 being a remake. There's not enough maps to last you 3 months if you're bored to tears with the game, I have to be completely honest. However, reaching out and speaking to Dana, he's basically saying we hear the frustration about the lack of maps. But Operation 3 was locked a while back. Again, like I said, they have these patch note cycles. Stuff gets locked in, they can't move it. It's not a PC game where you can constantly update your own client. You've got to lock it in, get it insert. Now that the op is done, the new game modes are in, the new tour, they're going to focus on delivering more maps. This could be in mid-tour, or it could be a little bit longer. We don't know, but I'm really pleased to say that they're working on maps now. Now that the core game's feeling pretty good, and that there's new content, to work on maps is going to be a big thing that people want to see. For me, I haven't played Panu, but what I can say, it looks gritty, it looks dark, it looks jungly, and for one, it looks interesting, and it looks like it's got a theme. Maps are memorable. I would say Icebound is a memorable map, and now after it's had its its weapons changed and its sides open so you can flank and shoot people that camp up top. It's really not too bad of a map. It's interesting. The ice does have different utility. You can shoot it, you can protect yourself, you can use it to kill, and it's a memorable map. And I used to hate Icebound, honestly. I don't dislike it. I want to see more new maps from Gears 5. Again, I believe Gears 5 has very unique gameplay compared to other games, compared to 4, 3, 2, 1 Judgment. And I want to see what these devs can do. I want to see the art styles, and I want to see them make a map that suits the game, or the game mode. So it's great. It's great that Canals is coming back. Don't get me wrong, I love Canals. And it'll be nice to vote it and play a classic map. That's nice. But I like the idea of new maps. For the longest time, I've seen people say, I want River back, I want Jacinto. Those would all be great. If they were going to remake a map, maybe we've seen Canals enough. And they should remake something that hasn't been done. We don't know what the plans are. However, I'm all for new maps. I like All Father's Garden. People say that map's awful. I think it's an enjoyable map, and I don't dislike it when it gets voted. So I'm looking forward to see what the team can do with this Panu map and sort of maps in future. It looks strong flanks, it says rifle positions. Obviously, it's Gears 5. Basically, not hiding trees. The only thing I'm worried about is a Dark Terminator on this map, but that's a story for another day. So it sounds like there's going to be lots of sort of rifling spots, lots of flanking spots to kill the riflers. Could be pretty action-packed, which sounds like that's the kind of map you want for flag-based gameplay, right? You want flanking opportunities. You don't just want stalemates, because you don't want to be having a flag and not having a flanking route to get to the base to drop the flag off. You don't want to be running into no man's land. So yeah, I wish there was more new maps. I think 2v2 maps, Arena and Annex, these are what you would call pieces or tiles of an already pre-existing map. I believe 2v2 should have a lot more maps. You can take an original map that's already been built, section it off and ship it as a 2v2 map and just seal off the sides with some barriers. It might not look the best, but you could ship out a lot of content that way. The maps are already done, they're already in the game. You just have to apply the 2v2 spawn point rules to them, surely. So I'd like to see them really crank out 2v2 maps and start sectioning off maps that already exist, because it just makes it interesting, fighting over different bits of cover. Makes 2v2 more interesting because people have to get used to fighting multiple maps, which means you're a better player if you can win on different layouts rather than just playing Foundation every time. So yeah, I'd obviously love them to be more maps, and hopefully that's coming. But I'm not overly disappointed. If the game mode's good, we'll all be enjoying the game mode, right? Now, if the game mode is terrible and everyone just drops it and we're back on the same maps, that's a different story. But I'm hoping that the game is great. As you can see, we have a new tile. This is a military-style barracks. The barracks tile family contains 18 tiles and will be available in future Operation Hives throughout and through the map builder. So this is a way to create hives and maps, I believe. On a note on maps, we know traditional versus and horde maps are incredibly important to you. We've recently been re-evaluating the game from the ground up to assess how to deliver content you want. As of Op 3, we've significantly scaled back the development of tiles and put more resources into the development of versus and horde maps. Again, we weren't able to increase the number of maps in Op 3, as Dana explained, as I showed you, because they're already in there. They're locked in position. But up and coming, there should be more. Now, sorry, just to jump back before we actually do that. We've got some improvements. So I'll run you through all of these. What you basically see in here, if you can't quite see it, you've got Nile snubs, liquid metal, executions, skins, hot rod jack, you've got iron, sniper skins, executions, armored cantus, custom beds, Hive Buster Cole over here. If you can see here with his helmet on, looks pretty damn sick. You've got a lot more loadout skin sets, I'm noticing. And Winter Cole looks good. We've also got Locust Runes loadout, which looks nice and classic. I like that. So there's a load more stuff to farm for. Now listen, I know the Tour of Duty seems like a pain, but take it as somebody that just completed the Tour of Duty in 3 days. Yes, I did the whole Tour of Duty in 3 days. Yes, it took me 29 hours. But 29 hours over the space of 3 months, maybe it takes you 50 hours without double XP. But 50 hours over 3 months, if you just do an hour at evening and you think, hey, get your boys online, whoever, get your group that you play with, play a game of Horde. Just one game of Horde. Alright, let's play some Escape. And once you get your characters leveling up, Horde becomes so much more fun. I can't tell you, take this as somebody that hated Horde. Once your characters are leveled up, everything becomes better because you're getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and it becomes more fun. Suddenly, that Horde game that you used to struggle through, you get JD with his own lockers, and you start burning through Horde maps, and you just destroy stuff. You get XP, you rank up faster, it snowballs. And also, when you do these things, you learn the little spots to farm. So when it pops up, kill 8 drones, you're like, oh, I'll just go do that hive. It takes 5 minutes. It is a little bit of work, but it is a lot of content locked behind it. And having played the tour, I think this tour, if it's anything like Operation 2, will be nice and comfortable to complete if you set your mind to it, and all this content can be earned without dropping a single penny on a game that's available basically for $1 on Game Pass. I think we have to be reasonable, is very, very fair. When we get to improvements, it says the most notable change when you log in will be the extra objective slot in the Tour of Duty system. This goes hand in hand with our rework. 2 objectives are now dedicated, e.g. kills that can be completed in PvP or PvE, plus 1 slot for PvP and PvE. This should help you complete more objectives more consistently by playing in your preferred choice. Secondly, we've added a new mechanic where playing the game in any way earns you stars. As you finish games in PvP or PvE, you'll see progress to earn additional stars to bolster your Tour of Duty. That means if you never want to touch the Tour of Duty ever again, and you only play multiplayer, you can do the Tour of Duty just by playing multiplayer. Or you can do it just by playing PvE. That's exactly what we want, and that's a great change. So we've got Recruit Clayton. We're going to have Thrash Ball sort of emotes and expressions. These 2 characters look really good. The Armoured Ronin Cantus and the Collector's Palace Guard looks like a classic Gears-based stuff. Dark, gritty, they're in this dark environment. And I'm liking the look of that. So we're going to have new achievements if you're interested in achievements. I'm personally not a big achievement person. I play PC. I don't even see the achievements pop up. But if you're interested in that will pop up. And it says more to come. On Thursday, we'll take you through the extensive versus tuning, including the up A speed boost on our roadmap, the removal of flashbangs as a loadout option. Wow, they left that late. Standard reload mechanics returning to the Nasher and more. Wow. So this is what Node was talking about. Node is the dev. He messaged me. And he said, I know you got some frustrations with the game. And in fairness, now that I've played a lot more of the Tour of Duty and I've got used to Horde and Escape, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable as Gears as a package. And that's on me. Now that I understand there's so much content in the game and I've played it, I'm a little bit more forgiving. If I'm being personal right now and honest, I played with some people that played Horde. We were having a right blast, and it really made me think like, man, people really do just go on this game and enjoy it. And I'm surprised because we as a hardcore multiplayer community, and when I say that, I mean, me talking about gib range, pixels, back A move speed, camera locations, with such a minute portion of the game, I'm surprised they listen to us as much as they do. So we should, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, we should actually be pretty thankful, and somebody out there will understand what I mean, we should be pretty thankful that they do listen to us. Yeah, it might take time, but when you've got thousands of people all loving Escape, all wanting different cards, different loadout options, tuning, new content for the Tour of Duty, and then you've got me going, yeah, I think this is Instead of it being 250 poke damage, it should be like 235 with this fall off damage. Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, we are pretty insignificant. Gears used to be only multiplayer. Now it's a whole package, and I understand that. So that sounds brilliant that flashbangs are going to be removed. However, that is worrying because now rifles and setups might be more brutal. So we'll see how that goes. On Friday, we'll be dropping a comprehensive look at all the Horde changes, including character buffs and improvements to the wave flow and a whole host of other changes, which sounds interesting. And finally, on March 30th, you can read the full patch notes for TU5, including the new achievements. So for me personally, I'm feeling pretty positive about that. You know, I am feeling pretty positive about that. I understand this is not the world's biggest game. I understand that things take time. I understand why people are also frustrated. So all we can do is play the game. We play the game. If the game mode is really, really bad, we try and give honest feedback. If it's really fun, great. We're going to have a blast. If the new map absolutely sucks, give it another week. If it still sucks after a week, you know, then maybe we can talk about it. But we have to give ourselves a chance to get used to it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. That was my first sort of look and thoughts on Operation 3. I'll be hopefully running through the Tour of Duty with you, giving you some tips and tricks on how to complete it, and hopefully giving you some more Horde-based content. Now, I've been streaming Gears for the past 4 days, and I've streamed, I think I tweeted 47 hours of Gears of War in the past 4 days. I've put in a hell of a shift. I've been really trying to be active on my stream, so if you want to follow me, it's twitch.tv/GGZII. If you want to support the content goals somewhere on screen, and you enjoy my feedback, and you enjoy the effort and passion I put in for the game, very much appreciated if you support. If you don't want to, it's completely understandable, not forcing anybody to, but a great way to help me out for free is a like and a comment or a Twitch Prime. I'm going to try my best again to be more open to PvE and play it a bit more and do some content based on that. Now, I do have lots of videos planned on the way. The UK is in lockdown, I can't go out anyway, and I do plan on making a lot of videos, but it will be difficult to basically stream all the time, keep you up to date with Operation 3, do all the new Operation 3 videos and tour videos, and also do my balance videos. I've got loads of clips saved up, and I'll try squeezing a few videos when I can, but yeah, I'm sure you understand most of the content might be about Operation 3 and some of the new modes, but I will try to sprinkle in some of my gameplay thoughts that people enjoy. So thanks very much for tuning in. Have a great day. Hopefully you're looking forward to the trailer. I'll see you all there. Alright, peace.